Hey guys, common denominator. Um, Today's an interesting day. Just got online and was checking some of my YouTube channels that I subscribe to, and checked on Beyond Black and White to see what was going on, see if I missed anything over the last couple of days, and it said the channel was down. If you guys are new to this channel, I am Common Denominator. Recently, I've done live discussions, hangouts with Christelyn Karazin of Beyond Black and White. Not necessarily about interracial dating per se, but about what I see and what she also agrees to as being pressing issues in the black community. Back to her channel. I noticed the channel was down, so I shot her a text message, and I just wanted to, check up on her and make sure she's good, and she's fine. She said she's going to be okay. And she thanked me for reaching out. I was doing a well-being check. The online world is crazy. The internet, we're still figuring out this internet. I don't know. It's probably been about 20 years since the internet's been up, but there are a lot of new uses, and YouTube is not that old, and whatever technology that gets introduced, there's always going to be a malicious way of using it. Look at the hackers. They use the internet to steal money. They use the internet to steal identities. It's like the number one way to steal at the moment. So with that being said, I want to talk about the importance of Christelyn Karazin. And it's not just her, but it's people like her. I don't think people give her enough credit. I remember coming across her videos about 2.5, 3 years ago, and just being intrigued, because here's a black person, a black woman, educated, well-spoken, who is taking on a very heavy topic, a very heavy, controversial subject matter, and doing it fiercely, and doing it, I would add to that, fearlessly. And as we know, with any sort of controversial topic that you take on, you're going to face backlash. You're going to face criticism. And you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't even have to be controversial. I was watching a video this morning. I was just on Instagram, scrolling through my feed, and there's a video of, some people somewhere. An anaconda had grabbed a dog, someone's dog, and was trying to drown the dog and, squeeze it to death, constrict. And these couple of men were pulling the anaconda out of the water, and then they were beating it with a stick so it would let go of the dog, and it eventually let go of the dog, and then they continued to beat it in the head to try to kill it. The dog lived, but I went down to the comments, and there was someone there that said, kudos to them for saving the dog's life, but they didn't have to beat the anaconda with a stick. I mean, it's just doing what nature does. I mean, this is what, it's just Mother Nature. Now, just think about that comment for a second. This is somebody's dog. Let's say it was your kid, and a snake grabs your kid, and you're pulling the snake off your kid. Wouldn't you hit that snake unapologetically with a stick and not care? I mean, yeah, it's Mother Nature. People get eaten by animals all the time. We're part of the, animal kingdom. It happens to people all the time. Go look in Africa. Look at India. People getting, Africa. People being killed by lions, eaten by lions. Crocodiles. Okay? It's nature. I make this point to say that people are always going to have something to say, no matter what. They're always going to have something to say. Who is Christelyn Karazin? Beyond Black and White. I want to get to this topic because this is something I've been thinking about for a couple of months now. Just kind of processing it. I like to really mull over details and put and package things, and appropriately, and then give them to people in a really cogent, clear, manner. Who is Christelyn Karazin? A lot of you guys don't realize that Christelyn Karazin is a hero. She's a heroine. She is a hero for Black women. Now, whether you recognize her as a hero or not is besides the point, but I'm going to show you the importance. I'm going to show you why she's important, why other people like her important, why her channel being down is a blow, a major and significant blow, okay, to the Black community. Now, let me go over some of the basic premise, the basic premise and some of the basic principles that I've gleaned from her channel and from this concept of swirling. Let's look at it in the most objective way. If every black man was married to or dating a black or with a black woman, there would be a substantial excess of black women who could not be paired with a black male in America. Okay? I'm just talking from an American standpoint. I understand that there's international. I understand that there's this and that. Okay? I'm just talking from an American demographic standpoint. If every black woman in America were to find love, companionship with a black man in America, if every black man were to find love, yes, with a black woman in America, there would be in excess of over 1 million single black women. And the numbers could be staggeringly higher than that. I'm just throwing that out there. What that presents is a challenge. And this is where Christelyn Karazin has stepped up. Due to this sizable demographic of women who are facing the marriage, what sociologists have coined as the marriage squeeze. I believe it's the marriage squeeze or the marriage crunch. I think it's the marriage squeeze. Due to this sizable demographic, there are a lot of black women who just aren't going to get married if they set their sights and their hopes on only being with an African American male, which is, their preference. And it's fine to have their preference. a lot of women will come to Christelyn Karazin mentioning this preference, and she encapsulates this with the acronym IBM, Ideal Black Man. Okay. There is a thing called hope, and then there's a thing called reality. You cannot just create more black men out of thin air in time for all of you to get married. It's just not going to happen. And I'm talking to the black women who, we don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. You don't know if you're going to be the one who gets a chair in this game of life, this giant dating game that acts like musical chairs. When the music stops, 1 million of you will be left without a chair. And that's the problem. And that's where Christelyn realizes this problem. And she's presenting a solution that seems so innocuous. Just based on objective data, it seems so innocuous. She's saying a lot of you are not going to be able to find this man because there's just not enough to go around. It's just not enough to go around. And based on this data, she is being savagely attacked by black men who, A, don't understand the data, B, don't care to understand, C, like and appreciate the upside down nature of the dating game, and don't want to lose vantage point. Don't want to lose an advantage in this upside down, numbers wise dating scenario in the black community. And as a result, they go on petulant, childish, not just black men, but black women as well who don't get it, attacks. There are black women who just don't get the numbers game. They don't understand it. And it seems so mind-boggling that a black woman would attack another black woman who has pointed out the obvious in terms of the numbers and is proposing a solution, which is really the only solution. Well, not the only solution, but for America, for your immediate surroundings. Okay, let's think about this. Is it easier to date someone who's right down the street or date someone who's out of the country? She's keeping it real. Christelyn Karazin is keeping it real. She's telling you, look, there are men who are right here who are interested in you. Matter of fact, I saw one yesterday. I saw a couple yesterday. An Asian man, he was a South Asian man, and a black woman. She was beautiful. He was a good-looking guy. They were together. You see, she's not saying this should be your preference or your primary objective, but that's how it's interpreted. She's saying, look, there's a problem out here in the numbers, and I want to help you with the solution. Everything else she says around that is just periphery. It's just peripheral. It's just peripheral information. It's not superfluous, but it's on the periphery. It's reasons why. It's, she does videos about people attacking her, this and that, but it's on the periphery. It's inconsequential to the objective data, the numbers that are there. Who is Christelyn Karazin? Christelyn Karazin is a hero. Let me tell you why she's a hero. She's decided to tackle this very challenging subject matter. Challenging not so in presenting it, but challenging in facing the backlash. I know I'm kind of deviating from what I do on my channel here with this video, but I just want to take a minute to address this because I think it's just horrendous what has happened to her. Horrendous. I mean, the attacks, and I want to get into something here. We have freedom of speech in this country, but like I told someone this years ago. I said we have freedom of speech, but we don't have freedom from consequences. There are people out there who may not agree with what you say. You can say it, but they may not agree. Social media, the internet. I'd say about a year ago, I caught an article about a company several media companies were getting rid of their comments sections. Reason being, the comments were just filled with filth, racist, misogynistic, hate-filled filth, just trash. They wanted to get rid of it because they don't want to be associated with that. They don't want to have to monitor and police that environment. It's disgusting. All the racists in the world just get on social media and preach their hate, their trash. All the racists of different races, black, white, everybody, Hispanic, everyone. All these people, and it just makes for an ugly world. The internet is an ugly world that sometimes creeps into the real world. It's an ugly, ugly space. I have a love-hate relationship with the internet, especially the comment section. Some videos, you look at the comment section, and it is hilarious. I found out that some comedians actually get a lot of their content from comment sections and from memes. They're stealing content from people. There are some funny people out there. But I say that to say the demons that are out there, these demons, these racists and these misogynists, they make it such an ugly, ugly place. Christelyn became a victim of this. She got sidetracked by dissenters, and she became a victim of the ugliness when she was trying to do something beautiful. Let me help you understand why this is beautiful. We can't have 1 million+ black women single and have happiness in the black community. It's just not realistic. You can't have a happy community when all these women are single. We don't have to talk about why they're single. That doesn't really matter, because I believe there's someone out there for everyone. But we can't have true happiness when you have over 1 million women single, because they're going to be speaking about it. They're lonely. They're human. They deserve love. There's nothing wrong with that. They deserve love. Whether you are a black man and you agree with this or not, doesn't really matter. If you don't want them, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. There's someone else who might. That's a simple fact. There's someone else who might want to date them and who may see things a little bit differently. There's someone out there for everyone. Doesn't matter what your preferences are. Doesn't matter what you think. There's someone out there for everyone. But we can't have happiness. There's the constant, video on YouTube talking about black men dating other women. There's a constant TV shows talking and news broadcast and research and talking about black men or black women not able to find marriage partners. There's Oprah covered it. It's a problem. It's a social problem. There's a lot of unhappiness out there. And until this problem is addressed, it's just going to stay there. And the unhappiness is just going to become exponential. Never mind what black men are doing. This is the message from Christelyn Karazin, because recently she said, it doesn't matter. All the complaining in the world, it hasn't changed black men's minds. They're going to do what they want to do anyway. This is true. You can't change someone's mind. I remember there was this gorgeous black girl I went to college with a long time ago. She just dated primarily white guys. Black men weren't even an option. I know how it feels. I know exactly how it feels to be on the other side of that. I know how it feels to like a black woman and all she wants is thugs. Same thing. I know exactly how it feels. So I can empathize. I can empathize with you, black women who are facing this. But just understand, there are solutions. There are options. If you don't want to date interracially, hey, Canada, Caribbean, Africa. You know what? I mean, there's options. Anyway, I've said enough on this video. Leave your comments below. If you disagree, that's fine. Don't get nasty in the comments. Just gonna block you. I usually respond to comments if they're good. And I want to give a special welcome and shout out to all the new subscribers, all the new subs. I appreciate you guys. I want to let you know I don't monetize my channel. You shouldn't be seeing ads on my channel. I don't make money from YouTube. I do this for the community. I do this for the culture. Love you guys. Common denominator. Peace.